is obsessed with having the government force kindergartners to wear masks all day in school. In Florida, we believe that that's the parents' decision. Joe Biden thinks the federal government should come in and overrule the parents and force these young kids to wear these masks. And you got to wonder, where are your priorities that you're so obsessed with this issue and so obsessed with taking away parents' rights, and you're letting Afghanistan burn, our border burn, and so many other things.
Welcome back to Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show. That was Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida on Sean Hannity's show last night on Fox, just pointing out what I think is obvious to anyone who's paying attention, which is that the Democrats, the Biden administration, have decided that masking up children, I mean, this is like the Alamo for them. I mean, this is the last stand of the COVID resistance. They're completely dug in on this. When all that the Biden line on this, Clay, for the last time he spoke about it, which was yesterday or the day before, it's a lie that there are mask bans in schools. There are no mask bans. There are governors who are saying parents should make the choice. So essentially there are no mandates, but banning mandates, they pretend, is the same as banning masks because it gets them into their safetyism place of, oh my gosh, they want all the children to die. These people are completely nuts. The data doesn't support what they want to do, but you can tell that they're very invested in this, Clay. And I believe at some level it's because if a state like Florida has kids unmasked, when they look at the data after the first 6 months of the school year, it'll be clear that in New York, where they're going to mask kids up, they might as well put like saran wrap over their head on top of the mask, on top of, it's crazy what they're doing. They're going to see the data and they're going to say, oh, it doesn't actually do it. The mandates don't do anything. I think they're terrified of that because they're going to look stupid because they are stupid.
That's right. And I say this, you guys know, last week I went and spoke at my own school board. We've won that battle in the short term in my home state of Tennessee. I think it's a couple of different factors here, Buck. One, if you want your kids to be in person for schooling, starting off without them wearing masks is important because it shifts the battleground. Instead of the battleground being, hey, are schools going to be open or not, you can fight on masks, which is a level beyond, are schools going to be open or not? I think that's significant. I also think there are lots of reasonable people out there. Parents like me who care about our kids more than anything, that would do anything to keep them safe, that look at the data, know that there is nothing in any way that suggests that masking is making anybody safer. And if you doubt that, look at what's going on in Oregon. Look at what's going on in Hawaii. Look as the number of cases is going to spread into many of these blue states, which have been masking like crazy. And they are afraid, to your point as well, Buck, that if you have a control group, right, if everybody does the same thing, there's no control group to prove that masks don't work. If you have a control group, and that's in Florida, and it's in Texas, and it's in Tennessee, and it's in many other states with strong Republican governors who are standing up for parental choice, that is a significant attack upon the global hegemony of COVID fear porn insanity, which is being driven by the Biden White House.
Can I just also tell everybody there's more and more of these stories now that are coming out for people who say, oh, I'll find a way around some of the vaccine mandates. And we're talking about masks. They're arresting people. I mean, you could say this is deterrence prosecution, but they've arrested people for either trying to sell or even now use those little CDC paper cards. So this is going to become another real battleground. They're arresting. This is crazy, folks. They're arresting people based on stupid interpretations of data that aren't even, they're arresting people that have COVID antibodies because they won't get the shot, but they don't want to bend the knee to the vax. The whole thing's nuts.